I want to welcome you back to Black Site tonight. We're going to talk about Black Lives Matter, the organization, the enemy of Black America. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and also comment on this video. Black Lives Matter has proven to be the enemy of Black America. They are nothing but a co-opted organization that is controlled by George Soros and rich white liberals. Corporate America has also co-opted Black Lives Matter. They're the organization to go to when you have a problem, especially a racial problem, and you give them money to make it go away. Black Lives Matter this week did something that was terrible. They put up a video of a young lady on their website, on their Instagram, in which she's twerking to MLK's birthday. While MLK is saying certain words in the speeches, she's going up and down the steps like an animal, twerking to this music. This shows you how much respect not only white liberals have for Black America, but our own people. They believe the only way they can get our attention is by going down and getting degenerate and having people twerk in our face. People who supported Black Lives Matter, the 4.2 million on Instagram, complained about having that video up and asked Black Lives Matter to take it down. But what they did is that they put all comments on private. Basically, you could not comment on the video, but they kept the video up. The reason why they did that is they have learned from the white liberal. See, when the Black community says something, they complain about something, they dismiss you. They have a dismissive attitude because they know even if they disrespect you, you will be back tomorrow on bended knee. And this is what happens when you have no backbone. This is what happens when you ask for no tangibles. Not only does the white liberal disrespect you, but your own start to disrespect you. This happens throughout our community every day. There is no punishment mechanism to where we deal with those who disrespect our community in a harsh way. This is an organization that brought in over $10 billion from corporate America after George Floyd and so many Black men died of police violence. We have no idea what happened to that money. There is no accounting to what happened to that money. I believe that white liberals are controlling those dollars and are dishing them out to certain organizations to do their bidding. But Black Lives Matter does not have to answer to the Black community because we don't fund the organization. White liberals fund the organization. They don't even listen to their own chapters. Truly, the people who are on the ground fighting for Black people every day. I don't put that on the local organizations, but the national organization is basically controlled by white liberals, and their agenda is not to save Black men. Their agenda is to be pushed when it comes to LGBT rights and other issues that don't pertain to Black America. We have to understand that this organization uses the death of Black men's bodies to promote another agenda that has nothing to do with our community. How long have they been out there over the past 6-7 years where you have heard nothing about reparation? You have heard nothing about Black economics, but you have heard all these words about sexuality. When they first put up their website, we all know There was nothing in there for black men. To them, we are the same as white men, to be done away with. These women in their organization are all lesbian. How can you have an affinity for black man's life when you wish to be a black man? You have to understand, in these perilous times, we have to decipher who's our friends and who's our enemies. And sometimes the greatest art of war is deception, to where your enemy poses as your friend, but truly is your enemy. Has any of that $10 billion been allocated for black economics? Have any of that $10 billion been allocated for housing in the black community? Has that $10 billion been allocated for hunger in the black community? If you have seen it, let me know, but I haven't seen it. But we love the slogan, Black Lives Matter. But it's only a slogan. The slogan only matters if it actually means Black Lives Matter. We have been tricked, lied to, bamboozled so many times during these protests, these so-called riots. And what have we got out of it? I truly believe that Black Lives Matter and other organizations were used to rouse us up during the elections, during the uprising, to get us ready to vote in 2020. You notice after Jacob Blake, the police officers were freed and were not charged. Did you see any mass protests around the country? Did you see any mass uprising across the country? That lets you know that this was nothing more than controlled rioting, controlled uprising. See, now that Joe Biden is in office, let's see how many protests, how many riots will happen in America when these police officers are released after their trials, when they're allowed to go free. That tells you that you were used by the powers that be within the liberal media, the liberal politic of America, the Joe Biden campaign. They used you for a purpose, to get your emotions high. But there will be no, I repeat, there will be no justice for the black community. We have to quit being one-dimensional thinkers, and we have to start being three-dimensional thinkers. Think past what you see. Think past what you see behind the curtain. You are being manipulated by the powers that be. You are a pawn in the game to be used on the chessboard. And by being used on the chessboard, the pawn is always taken first. And in this instance, what have we received? There's no accounting. Nobody's held accountable. Things go on as normal. They don't have to ask any questions because they're dealing with you. This is a sad state in Black America. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button and also share this video.